special presentation.
From the Captain eSports Network.
This isn't just a game, this is iRacing.
All right, one last hurrah. Here we go from the Auto Club Speedway, virtually on iRacing. We get you ready for the finale of the GLSR Mr. Radiator Premier Series. It is the 16th and final race of the season as we get ready for the Christmas and New Year's holiday. But either way, we got some great racing tonight and going to do things a little different. Something that has been, well, asked for a few times, but I've never done it. And I figured, you know what? Tonight being that last quote-unquote full-time night that you see the captain on the air, well, we're going to have a little fun with it. And that's what we're going to do. So we'll talk about that here in just a little bit. But right now, it is the finale of the GLSR Mr. Radiator Premier Series. As mentioned, Auto Club Speedway, virtually on iRacing, this 2-mile track that, well, unfortunately, 9/10 of it doesn't exist anymore. But it is here on iRacing, and we can still do some racing on it. We're going to do so tonight for 100 laps and 200 miles. And we're going to crown a champion when it is all said and done. And before everything settles, we will know who's going to be eligible for the championship tonight and who's not. Right now, 21 cars are here as I show you the playoff standings. And with 21 cars here, that means 4 cars are eligible for the championship. Now, if this number gets 1 or 2 more entries, if we get the 22 or even 23 cars to start, then that brings in 5th place Stephen Miles. And then obviously if you get another car, you get 6th place Brandon Alphin. But right now, 4 cars eligible for the championship, and that being Sam Fontaine, Diego Sainz, Alex Bryson, Jason Dalton. And obviously you see the splits over here to the right. I did the math just a little bit ago. Sam Fontaine, if Diego leads the most laps and wins this race, has to finish 4th or better tonight. So 6th or better obviously will do Sam Fontaine a championship. But the challenge here is this is a track and a size track of 2 miles that Fontaine's had a little struggle with. Just go see the race in Michigan earlier this season. So nothing is for sure here tonight. The Best of the Rest Championship, Ben Pierce still in the lead with that, as he has a pretty good margin right now over Matt Wheeler for the Best of the Rest Championship. As qualifying begins for the final time, presented by Spicy Schemes Hot Laps. Big shout out to Sammy B, who's always been there by my side throughout these seasons, and big support obviously from him. So I want to give him one last shout out, obviously, in Spicy Schemes Hot Laps, the presenter tonight of qualifying. As the cars get out here on track, it'll be the usual laps here of qualifying. As you see, Devin Ramsey will be the first one across the stripe. Big shout out to he and his wife, welcoming in their or partner, I should say. I'm not sure if they're married yet or not, but welcoming in a new child this year. So this week, I should say. Congratulations to them. Hope mom and child are happy and healthy as he works his way down the back straightaway here. This 2-mile bumpy racetrack, and bumpy to say the least. As out of turn 4, you see already Diego Sainz looking like he might get himself the pole here after lap number 1. Let's see as they cross the start-finish line. Diego's lap will be the first one at post up here, 41.29. And Joey Ladisor P2 right now. Tyler Dalton. There we go. I'm back on Monday nights again. Jason Dalton going to be 5th right now. Ramsey moves up to 2nd, 41.32. You see Diego up there against the boards, which is kind of the preferred way to get around this 2-mile oval as they race their way down the back straightaway here. Brandon Alphin clocks in 3rd right now. Ladisor, Midkiff, Sutphin, Matt Wheeler. All these cars getting qualifying laps in as Diego to the bottom here in 3 and 4. He's going to let that car drift all the way out to the outside wall. This should be a pretty good lap. Everybody running quicker right now to the start-finish line as Diego goes 41.12 on his second lap. Dalton with a 15. I see Brandon Alphin right now. He is down there across the start-finish line, and he goes second, 41.13. 5/1,000 slower, unfortunately, on that lap. As Wheeler crosses the line up there in the 4th position. Good lap for him. As here comes Alex Bryson in the 38 cars. He's going to bring it down right to the white line here, and he'll cross the start-finish line in the 4th position, 41.17, for the driver of the 38 car. And Josh, I did see your message. I meant to respond to you, by the way, and didn't get a chance to today, so I apologize for that, but I'll respond after the broadcast. As across the line, a 42 car, a very unique old-school looking paint scheme. I kind of like that. Of Jacob Thornton, 15th fastest right now. Here's Stephen Miles. Miles, unfortunately, looks like is going to 20, 21, 22, actually is technically still eligible. I thought at first he wasn't going to be in the running, but now we've got enough cars here. So he technically could win this race, lead the most laps, and if Fontaine finishes pretty much last, then he's got a chance at the championship. And don't say it's not possible, because anything is possible in racing. As Miles brings her through 3 and 4. And let's see what kind of qualifying lap he can put up right now. See, got that gold standard car. He will cross the line in that Ric Flair drip car, and he'll go 6th on lap 141.19. A lot of cars up here in the teens right now. Matter of fact, the top 6 cars in the teens right now. And Miles is going to slow up after lap 1 there. So his lap is done. Wheeler's out there just logging laps. So it looks like Diego Sainz going to win the pole again. These Spicy Schemes hot laps for him. So congratulations to Diego on winning the pole here this evening. So what special thing are we going to do tonight? We'll talk about that here in a moment. But first, let's go trackside for the playing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Yeah, this was all familiar to you, me, and Ben.
And I just realized let's get this out of the way. My whole entire microphone's been closed. Talking to you guys, showing the lineup and everything. Well, you saw the lineup, you saw the race information. It's open mic night, so the microphone's open. You can hear the drivers as I'm chatting and calling the race here for you. Diego Sainz on lap 1, so the points battle is 3 points, or 5th position and back now for Fontaine to win the championship. You saw Dalton lead a lap, and now you see the 2-car getting back to the front there, battling. It's going to happen anymore. I mean, what you got to do. Either way, though, Dalton with help from Sainz leading. And that's Tyler Brewer's car coming off the pit road there. You see him just ahead of the leaders right now as he crosses the start-finish line.
There you go, my bad right there, dude. It said I was clear, then I guess I had a little run going on, my bad.
Don't ever steer me on the ever again. We're good, though.
As Sean Peachin looking to the low side with Brandon there peeking to the bottom side. Alex Bryson up there in top. Matthew Wheeler, look at him fill that gap at that orange number 10. He's right there on Bryson's left rear. He's got Miles right there behind him. Sam Fontaine hanging there in the 8th position. Of course, one of the big stories in tonight's race, Fontaine trying to win a 2nd straight championship here in the Premier Series. And I looked it up and been clarifying with a couple drivers. There has never been a back-to-back champion in GLSR. It has never happened. Believe it or not, we went all the way back to season 1 and we were named all the champions. And we're like, there's never been back-to-back. So Fontaine could do that tonight if he's able to clinch his 3 wide back here with Telder. Last week's winner from Kern County. They can pass on the 91 of Dylan Rosenberg, and he's got his teammate Joey Ladasura up there on his top side. As we bring it across the line, 5 laps in the books already. As the viewers hanging out here tonight, appreciate obviously everything. It's been a crazy couple of weeks work-wise, which is part of the reason why everything's going to happen the way it is. If you get a chance, share it out, the stream out with your friends and family. After tonight, there will be just 1 stream a week starting in January, and that'll be on Tuesday nights league-wise, and then obviously some other stuff I might do, obviously throughout the time period and stuff until a certain time. I know in April will be the end of that Tuesday week, by the way. So we'll see once a week through April. Back here, battle for, or should I say up front, battle for 3rd is Hoffman to the bottom. On his teammate Alex Bryson, Wheeler there. So up against the outside wall there. Ladasura, you see these lines, everybody bottom to top. The draft playing a pretty big role here, and soon you're going to see the handling coming into play. Tyler Brewer doing a good job staying out front in front of these leaders. Got that clean air. You wonder if it's Brewer driving that car or if it's his kid. See how good the draft works here in this car. I mean, the front, pretty much everybody all in this draft rolling with each other. Really hasn't been any kind of separation at all.
Thanks for lifting, Wheeler. I appreciate that.
They come off of turn 4, coming to the line, 8 laps in the books here at this Auto Club Speedway that was built in 1997. Last year. And they NASCAR sold a lot of the property. Pretty much the only thing that sits there now is a little bit of pit road and a little bit of the front straightaway. They're still trying to figure out the right way to design a short track out of this. Watch Diego Sainz fall back to the 4th position now as Brandon Alphin goes by. Jason Dalton continuing to lead and kind of pulling away here from Sean Peachin. .76-degree track temperature. That might go down a little bit here as we go under the lights. Of course, as this track races, you're going to see the temperature steady a little more because of the heat from the tires and the engines. Obviously heating up the track as we go here. So Ryan with Diego riding behind the Energizer Bunny of Brandon Alphin. Pick back here on last week's winners. He's still continuing to battle with his teammate Joey Ladasseur there on the top side. It's Matt Telder, Dylan Rosenberg behind him. You're obviously seeing where this track becomes very tough to pass. The dominant group is more that 3/4 of the way up the field, or up the track, I should say, and down towards the bottom. Two cars on the lead lap. Tyler Brewer, of course, started and had some issues there coming to pit road. And that's why he sits right now 2 laps down. Going to need a little help to get back on the lead lap. And of course, we mentioned this track is a little bit of a sister track to the Michigan Speedway, which we just ran a few weeks ago. The Prehistoric Forest 200. Car down the apron there. Not sure if that's just a battle for position. I think it is. As Lucas Strayer is trying to battle with Sam Fontaine, and see the 10 of Wheeler now starting to fall back just a little bit. Honestly, we're still up there trying to rip the boards a little bit there. You see Ben Pierce back in the. Are we back in the Lap Cars Matter car? Haven't seen that in a while. So Dalton 0.4 of a second up on Sean Peachin. Brandon Alphin 3rd is to the bottom. Strayer 3 wide. Fontaine in the middle. And Wheeler on the top side. And you're seeing Fontaine again kind of, it's a Strayer with a slide job. Slides that thing up the track.
Thanks, man.
Fontaine's going to take the position right on back. I mean, Strayer sent that in there on the slide job himself. Racing to get this 200-mile event started here. Miles trying to get some help from Alex Bryson. There's 3 Laser Racing teammates right there. 3rd to 5th. Dalton still continuing to lead this race. Now the SimRacer Hub is a fantastic website that we will kind of break down a little bit the style of tracks we've raced on here. And as I look at these speedways, you again might wonder who has the best rating. As I see one car sideways back here, I think. I saw a car get sideways a little bit there. I look over at my track map, everybody's okay, but kind of scary. driver with the best rating. 30+ starts. Oh, and around goes Montezaur in a big wreck. Telder and the 9 of Devin Ramsey go around. And caution's going to come out as Telder has saved it. Dalton, or Montezaur has spun her around and has destroyed the front end of that car. Devin Ramsey, I think, is okay. And the first caution going to come out here at lap 16. And this is probably not a good time to talk about 40.
Did I squeeze you guys?
No, the 10 car got the wall, and I had to tell the 11, and that's the fault.
And the 40 Racewear would not be a good promotion right now, I guess, as the 9 and the 1 both involved. Let's roll the beautiful beam
No, you were
footage.
fine, Ramsey. Guys, just 4 cars came together.
Let's see what they said. The 4 cars came. Yep, 10 car outside wall. There's Montezaur comes down, and everybody just kind of spins around. And into the wall, Montezaur and Telder. Did he keep it off the wall?
As much as possible.
We'll have to see what happens here. We're gonna have pit stops. It looks like. Let's see the crash cam here. So yeah, the 10's gonna slide up, unfortunately, get the wall. And it's going to kind of put Montezaur in a bad spot here, and he's got to try to catch the car, and he's swerving and juking and jiving. Nice job by Sutphin to miss. Nice job by the 5 to miss, and Telder misses the tail end of that wall barely. And let's watch the pit stops here. Everybody 4 tires in fuel, it looks like, for the most part. Yeah, it looks like that's exactly the way it's going to be. As here we go, race off pit road. And it is going to be Jason Dalton holding off Stephen Miles with a great pit stop. Sean Peach and Alex Bryson, Brandon Alphin, Miles with a really good pit lane time. So he must have had a good entry and exit to his pit stall, as he was by far, well, not to say by far, him and Cam Ingram had pretty good entries. But Miles almost 4-5 seconds faster than Jason Dalton on his in and out time. So that's where he's able to gain all that track position. And for those who have seen this, take a look right here at this time to the right. The 53.1 for Dalton, the 48.4 from Miles, a 49 flat from Beechin. Bryson, Brandon Alphin. You can see the times there, and that's where Miles gains a lot right there and moves up to the 2nd position. So caution out here for the first time. And let's get the points leader and let's talk to him here for a minute. As we bring Sam Fontaine up here to the booth. Sam, obviously a night that could be pretty big for you. I know you're coming 1 to green this time by. But one thing is for sure, you've ran up here in the top 10 so far. How's the car feel after that first run? And obviously, what do we need to do to make sure that championship comes home again?
We just need to finish the race and hope for the best, I guess. The car feels alright, but it doesn't feel the best, and it is what it is. It's not the kind of track I like, so we're gonna see how things gonna go. I think we are having some interesting racing here, so we will see how it's gonna go for the rest.
Absolutely, man. Well, hey, best of luck here tonight. I see you're running 7th right now as you come to the green. Best of luck.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Sam Fontaine, the points leader, entering the race here tonight as he gets his car ready to go racing in that KJD2 number 77. I'm pretty sure we got a few viewers watching who are in the race car, from what I understand. Probably not a good idea. As I've always been one that says, don't stream and race at the same time. Unless you're like actually streaming. Jason Dalton leading. He's led all but 1 lap here as we come to the green. Miles on his outside with Alex Bryson behind him. Sean Peachin behind the 2 as we come back to the green flag at lap 19. Couple cars not getting good restarts mid-pack, but Dalton gets a good launch. Tyler Brewer did get one of his laps back, so he is now 1 lap down after that caution. Oh, into the wall hard goes the 5 of Cam Ingram. Yeah, everybody kind of scatters. Everybody going to be okay, I think.
Hello, Robert.
I think everybody's okay. Oh, Lukens is getting loose. Lukens is still getting loose. Lukens is still getting loose and finally saves it in the 3. Oh, boy. What a save on his part. As P2 to Miles battle for the 2nd position. Track banked at 12 degrees.
Sorry.
And one car spinning in the back. Robert Lukens has spun over in turn 4 there, and he is,
That's all right.
I think, towed it back to the pits as Sam Fontaine had a moment just a minute ago as he was in the middle of 3 wide, got out of the gas there before trouble happened. And the good news for Fontaine is the guy he's mainly trying to hold off in this championship battle is right in front of him there, Diego Sainz. Now, it's not to hold off Dalton and Bryson, those guys there. They're obviously close, but they need Fontaine to fall back further than where he's at right now to have those guys in the running for this championship. So right now, the main guy Sam has to worry about is right there to his left. Speeds over 190 miles an hour down to turn 1. See how bumpy it is right here in the back straightaway down into turn 3 and 4. You see how it kind of feels flat here when you look at this track compared to like a Michigan. Speed's obviously not as high. Track a lot more worn out, so you gotta use the draft and kind of roll out the throttle through the corners. As Miles still trying to put the pressure on Peach in there. All 3 of the laser racing cars, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Lucas Strayer, who was one of the fastest cars in practice, has moved up 6 positions already, up to the 6th position. Brian Sutphin up 9 to 9th from 18th. We're having some comers and goers already to start this race. Again, big shout out to all the viewers hanging out, watching here tonight. Just again, another opportunity for us to say thank you for all the support throughout the years, and I know that it's always been appreciated. Check out Cedric Ingram, the 19 car here. I was glad to, that's one of the things, I mean, there's plenty of memories, obviously, from all these series being able to cover, but one that I will never forget is when Cedric Ingram won that race in Daytona. Cedric was just to have a league with my dad back 10 years ago or so, or something like that, and have Cedric Ingram racing in it. And then to come over here and Cedric show up, bring his son, and bring this guy named Diego into the series, and see him win that race, and that was kind of cool to see. So there's so many cool moments in this series. You got 17 cars in this leader paddock. Boston's falling back 6.5 seconds. And Richard Midkiff and Tyler Brewer. Your top 20 right now. Cam Ingram is off the track. And so is Robert Lukens joining Joey Ladisor, who's on pit road still. So with those 3 cars off the track, that leaves us with 20. Right now, we are down to 5 drivers who could technically win the championship right now. But I will say this: for Miles to be eligible for the championship, or stay eligible, he would have to get up there and lead the most laps in this race right now. And Fontaine not lead a single lap. It is that tight right now for the 24 before he would be eliminated out of this battle. It's that tight of a battle amongst all these guys. But as this race goes on and people fall out, it gets tighter and tighter amongst the crew that are still eligible. Jason Dalton looking pretty good out front. It's not the first time I've seen him look pretty good on a racetrack that he's finishing out the season at. I go back to a few seasons ago in a Truck Series race at Chicagoland when he went out there and dominated a race and went to victory lane. Kind of similar surfaces as that track too here. Oop, Bryson kissing the wall a little bit there as here comes Strayer with a good run. And Strayer will make the pass for position. One thing's for sure, I know the schedule for the 5th season of Premier Series Racing has not been released yet, so I have not been obviously told anything, and I know I'm surprised by that, but I can tell you for sure, whatever schedule they come out with, I'm sure it's going to have a variety of racetracks on it. I mean, we look at this season alone, we ran, for the first time ever in this league's history, 2 series in 1 season. Being the truck race back at Eldora, and then all the other were in the Xfinity car. We had a race at Kern County for the first time. We ran the road course at Barber Motorsports Park for the first time. There's plenty of firsts this year. As back here, Brian Sutphin taking Fontaine and Wheeler 3 wide almost. Diego is falling all the way back to the 10th position, so he's kind of struggling here a little bit now. As Clean Air playing a pretty big role right now. Jason Dalton continuing the lead here. Sean Peach in 7/10 of a second back. Stephen Miles, Alex Bryson, Lucas Strayer, your top 5 now. As Fontaine, did he get the outside wall just now? Oh, and he gets contacted by the 10. Had to go save it. That season might have just flashed in front of Sam's eyes. See this again. That's just off turn 4 right there. The contact with Wheeler. A better look at this real quick. Fontaine's going to get up there and get the outside wall almost. Right there. He actually does get it pretty good. And he goes down here trying to be defensive, I think, and then the 10 gets into him a little bit. all the way back to the 9th position now. So this is, he's starting to kind of get himself into a little bit of a red area here a little bit. As Clark and Telder and these guys running back towards the 15th position. I'm going to flash up the points here on the screen one more time, just so everybody can see them. Entering this race tonight, it was a 9-point separation to Diego Sainz. Alex Bryson is the next one in line. Bryson running in the 4th position right now, with Fontaine in 8th. And there have been no laps led by Bryson or Fontaine, so it would simply be a 5-point swing here. So it is down to 9 right now amongst those two cars. As Pigeon slides up the track, Miles going to go by for second. Bryson trying to get the run on the 69 car. Chris Evans checking in, former driver in the series here. Of course, Ace Racing driver. Won the first ever race at Talladega Super Speedway. Checks in chat. Hello to you, Chris, and I appreciate the kind words there, young sir. No offense, Chris, you will not be getting like a Don Cheney or one of those announcers of hockey and stuff. You will not be getting him on the stream probably. So I'm sure whoever these guys find will be somebody just as good, if not better. Like that. There's Devin Ramsey, the 9 car. Then starts to fall back down. Diego Sainz all the way back to the 12th position right now. Kind of a head scratcher. This 44 car all the way from the pole is falling back. Not sure if this is part of the strategy or... But obviously we're going to have at least one more round of pit stops. And you know what? I think I know exactly what's going on with 44 now, because as I look over here, I said one more round of pit stops. Caution came at 17. And you can do roughly 40 to 42 laps on a tank of fuel. And let's do some math here. 17 plus 42 would get you to lap 59. And, well, that's 41 laps. So, might be a little fuel save going on right now for some of these cars. And I wonder if that's exactly what the 44 car is doing right now. He's trying to save fuel to make sure he can move one more stop to the finish. And awfully quiet on the radio. Everybody notice that? I have not heard a word in a little bit. Everybody's forward focused out here. Miles looks for the lead. Him and Dalton, a little tangle last week, and they've tangled a couple of times here recently. To the start finish line, Miles I think gets a bonus point there. Sure does. So as he gets just a tad bit closer as he clears Dalton for the lead here, and he still needs that Hail Mary, if you will, to win this championship, which is, you know, unfortunate for him because he's been one of the best drivers this season numbers wise. But these last few weeks have been a rough one. You can almost say the whole entire playoffs have been a rough one for him. Check on Dylan Rosenberg back here in the 9th position. Dylan, of course, the winner at Talladega, the first race of the season. ran well enough to stay up there in the top 12 all season long. And the playoffs he went. He's done a pretty good job for the most part there. Peach and Alt in your top 5. As a lap 42, the handling really starting to come in on these cars. That's where you're seeing some of these cars kind of separate themselves now. Go back here, 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th positions here. Cedric Ingram, Jacob Thornton, Wheeler, and then Jason Clark back there in the 20 car. Clark out here for a good time. Trying to catch these guys. Matt Teller back there behind them with some damage on that one car after that accident just a little bit ago. Ben Pierce there in front of him in the 02 car in this pack. That's not good. 26 car. Yes, up here. Dalton came as close as you could be to the outside wall without hitting it. As Bryson tries to get the second position. And almost some contact. I mean, they were leaning on each other right there. Trying to help the 2 car out, it looks like they're in that outside lane, and look who's showing up. Here comes Fontaine, the 6th position. His pack is spread out a little bit. He's kind of preserved his tires, and now this 77 car is working its way forward. To do something tonight no driver has ever done in GLSR, and that is win back-to-back championships as multiple cars get the wall. Here comes Fontaine up the middle. He said, "Thank you boys very much." That wall in turn 4 is so inviting. You literally are all the way at the bottom of the track, mostly. Sometimes you can run up a little bit. But you get into the throttle, and you feel like you've got plenty of room to slide that car out as far as you can to drive it off the corner and be at full speed. And all of a sudden, that wall just gets closer and closer, quicker than you think, and bam, you're in it. So inviting to go fast there. And you just got to be patient with the throttle. This track is a lot wider than it looks. But it doesn't drive as wide as you think. We're about 10 laps away from green flag pit stops. And the question, who can get to that 60 lap mark or right around it. I would think 58 is about the window. You can save up to 42 laps. They're in good shape, but going to be very tight with these cars. Again, 18.7 the fuel cell in these Xfinity cars. Of course, the next gen car now on cup side 20 gallons. The previous car back in the heyday, the old Gen 4 car, had 22 gallons. These cars up. Bryson, no, he was heading up for it with 18.7. Fontaine's a second now. Here comes the 77. This car is shot out of a cannon all of a sudden here. Oh, as he slides up on Peach and Air, gets out of the gas a little bit. This is one of the more trickier front straightaways to do in iRacing. And it's because you got to remember, a lot of these drivers have generic iRacing spotters, which is either produced by iRacing or a program outside of it if it's the crew chief app or whatever. It doesn't tell you the distance of car between wherever that car below you is and the car above you is. So if you're in the middle of the front straightaway here at Auto Club, all it says is car high or car low. You don't know where that car is unless you can peek over and see it. So some of the wrecks you will see at this track on iRacing is right here on the front straightaway because somebody misjudges where the car really is on the track.
Sorry, Bryson got really loose there, and I tapped the wall and got you there earlier. My fault.
It's all good. Sorry about earlier.
Everybody being pretty respectful out there on the track, which is always a good thing. Hello to Skywing watching in chat. Past the halfway point, Stephen Miles gets himself another bonus point for leading at the halfway point here tonight. Congratulations to him on that mid-race award. As he has a 2.7 second lead. That's the biggest lead anybody's had all night here on second place, Sam Fontaine. You see third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th, all in this draft. Rosenberg now looking to the outside of Dalton, who's all of a sudden free falling here. He burned up his tires, maybe got some damage on that 2 car. He's falling back to the 7th position after leading the first third of this race. He's led the most laps here so far. And as of right now, would get that extra bonus point for leading the most laps, but the way Fontaine is now running here in this latter part of the run, he's going to need a lot more help than that. A great run in this 9 car. After being involved in that incident a little bit ago, that 40 Racewear car. And looking to the inside of Dalton. As Brian Sutphin going to come to pit road. First one in, lap 55. You've got to find a way to do 45 laps on a tank of fuel here. That might be asking for it.
Cedric, go around me, man.
And 4 tires and fuel, 15 flat. He pulls away, so interesting strategy call here from the 26. As Miles is pulled away from Fontaine, 3.2 seconds now. I mean, what a season it has been this year. I mean, so many, as I mentioned earlier, so many firsts that have happened. You know, with the track and the schedule and stuff, but some other things that happened this season. First time winners. Of course, last week we had Matt Telder get his first oval win that was not on a dirt course. Rosenberger, of course, winning the opener at Daytona or at Talladega after finishing in the Clash second. You know, Diego Sainz having his best season of his career. You had the O2 car. The team ran by Ben Pierce, bringing in some all-star cars, all-star drivers, I should say. They're running all-star team during a little section of the season when he couldn't be here, and one of those drivers, Peyton Howell, went to victory lane. The drivers that ran that car ran pretty well. I think that top fives, all of them did. As Bryson gets together with Rosenberg, and they save it, but Bryson with heavy damage. And Sutphin is going swinging around there.
Sorry there, Bryson. It kind of traveled up the wall. I wasn't expecting it to go that high.
As Jason Clark has taken his car to pit road and off the track. And Alex Bryson in big trouble now. And Brian Sutphin takes his car to the pits. But basically with this happening, that has now dropped us down to 17 cars. I'm not sure that. Let's go back to the Bryson here and see what happened. The battle for third with he and Sean Peach, and his cars come to pit road here. Steven Miles and Alex Bryson are in. We'll go to show the stop here in just a moment. Bryson trying to lose the third. Happening here on the back straightaway as you see Rosenberg, he starts climbing to the top here. He's starting to make those tires roll. And Peachin gets in the wall, and Bryson goes to try to slide up, and there just wasn't room, unfortunately. Great save by Bryson. And Sutphin takes the position away. And goes Denny Hamlin into the inside wall there. Not sure what that was about.
Each on pit here.
But more pit stops here. Fontaine, Dalton, Sainz. Here's Rosenberg as Miles came to pit road that time by 14.6 for the 24 car. And this is right at lap 61, so everybody in the window now to make it all the way on fuel. Devin Ramsey pits, Sean Peachin, Brandon Alphin, Lucas Strayer, Matt Telder in. So mathematically, I believe that now is going to eliminate Stephen Miles from the championship, but we'll have to see. He's right on the number. He's going to need a lot of help to be able to win it. As Alphin, Peach, and Ramsey, Strayer, Telder, these five coming off pit road now, and that will cycle everybody back around. 2 miles back to the front. Devin Ramsey going to jump up. Was going to be second. Now Fontaine. Matthew Wheeler going to be third now, with Ramsey and Bryson now your top 5. And everybody had pretty normal pit stops here, so not much damage apparently especially required for that 38 car. We're going to see how much now. You see the back end a little crinkled up there. As Dalton fighting that wheel up the track. He's walking that dog. Yeah, so I can confirm, just doing the math really quickly in my head, that Stephen Miles is officially eliminated now from the championship race. So it's down to 4 cars. And the next car that will mathematically be eliminated would be Jason Dalton. And he is right about at that number now. But none of that matters right now with Fontaine running second in this race. But as you know, you get a long run and you get a caution. That's when the bit hits the sand. All right, 65 laps complete. Let's take you through the field and show you where everybody runs right now on the track. Stephen Miles, a 6.7 second lead over Fontaine. You see Stephen going into turn 3 right now. Sam is still in the middle of the back straightaway, working his way to turn 3 right now. There's Fontaine going by. Matthew Wheeler goes by there. He is in the 3rd position right now. Matt pitted at lap 55 in this race. Doing a good job with strategy here. See if he can maintain and gain some track position here. Devin Ramsey having potentially his best run of the season, running in the 4th position right now. In that 9 cars, he's got his teammate there, Brandon Alphin, right there behind him. Brandon in the 5th position there in that 21 car. Jason Dalton, 6th position right now, 11.5 seconds back. Of course, Jason pitted there at lap 60. A lot of these guys pitted after lap 59. That's how I know their window is pretty much wide open to get to the finish here on fuel. As Dylan Rosenberg, 7th position for him, as he is 12 seconds back from the lead and trying to hold off Sean Peachin now for the 8th position. There is Sean there behind him in the Prudential car. Lucas Strayer, who was fast in practice, but stalled out here at about the bottom half of the top 10. He's running in the 9th position. He's got Diego Sainz there behind him. And Diego, kind of the mystery run right now for me, if you ask me, is he looked like he had speed that can hold on up there at the front, but then fell all the way back to 12th to 15th range. And here he is in the 10th position right now. So Diego's struggling. Needs some help here if he wants to have a chance at this championship. Ben Pierce in the 02 car, the 12th or 11th position for him right now. Cedric Ingram, 12th position right now as you see him passing Alex Bryson. Bryson's car has just fallen off the map now with the damage to his car after that slide. And there's Bryson, 13th position for him. He's going to need a lot of help to get back into this race. 14th position to Jacob Thornton in that 42 car. And Matt Telder, who unfortunately had some damage from earlier in the race, he is in the 15th position here in that one car. Trying to get the yellow maybe to get some damage fixed. Caleb Fosnot in the 16th position. He is the first car one lap down or about to be lapped in the Wabash 86 car. And then Tyler Brewer, who under the one caution was able to get his lap back with the lucky dog. So unfortunately for Tyler, he is still a lap down in the 17th position. Richard Midkiff still on track in the 29 car as he tries to battle with Tyler Brewer. Midkiff 2 laps down in the 18th position. The rest of the cars off the track. Jason Clark, Brian Sutphin, Cam Ingram, Robert Lukens, Joey Ladassour. And that is recapping your lineup. A big shout out to Mr. Radiator, of course, the sponsor of that 23 car with Joey Ladassour. Joey doing a lot of great things for this league, and I believe he's going to continue to share his support for the series. So big shout out to Mr. Radiator for all the hard work that he does. Brandon Hoff and Matthew Wheeler and Devin Ramsey a battle for third as Wheeler starts to fall back a little bit here after his pit stop. This is the best opportunity potentially to do this, so let's do it now. And give a shout out to 40 Racewear, of course, on the 9 car, on the 1 car of Matt Telder also. You check out 40 Racewear for great shoes, great hats and shirts, and so much more. Gloves also for your racing experience. If you like road racing or oval racing, get the shoes, get the gloves, enhance your performance on the track, and even make yourself look good with 40 Racewear. You can check out 40racewear.com. The link is down in the information section here on the YouTube page. So big shout out to him and Jim Herrick and the guys from 4D. And big shout out to my buddy Mark at MC Racing. Always appreciate his support that we've had. He's given me the last 6 months or so. And I know this is kind of the last full-time broadcast that we're doing now with the one series we'll be covering on Tuesday nights starting in January all the way through April. Nonetheless, MC Racing has still got great places for you to go sim race right there in the building downtown, and a big shout out for all his support there in Fort Wayne. Just the one caution here so far as we complete lap 74 this time by. Richard Midkiff on his car to pit road. Jason Dalton runs behind Sean Peach in 6th and 7th positions as they catch up now to this 10 car. Obviously the older tires starting to kind of fall in a little bit here on them. So what is on the line here in the next 25 laps? The first back-to-back series champion in the history of GLSR is on the line here and could happen. As I do the math here, over 150 races of GLSR racing, there's never been a repeat champion, back-to-back. We've had drivers like Sam Fontaine, Stephen Miles, Zach Allman, Aaron Cummings, all those guys, multi-time champions in this series. None of them have won in consecutive seasons. It's tonight the first time we see it. As big shout out to Tyler Bluff, who's watching. New dad there. Congratulations to you, sir, here in the last few weeks. All the best to you and the family as Dylan Rosenberg splitting him and getting contact with Dalton.
That movement's crazy, mate.
Great job by everybody to keep that under control. That almost was a caution right there. Miles' lead, by the way, has grown even more. Do the math correctly, 6.9 seconds now over second place Sam Fontaine. 24 laps to go in this race. And just the one yellow so far early in this race. Contact between Telder, Ladisor, and Devin Ramsey. Spinning and scrambling down the back straightaway. Ladisor got the worst of it and unfortunately has been off the track since lap 16 and out of the race. As Rosenberg going to clear the 2 car now. Clark going to try to roll back up on him in the inside lane, Dalton going to roll back up the inside lane here.
Appreciate it, Caleb.
Wrong, Jason. So, Jason going to cross up in front of Dylan. Oh, these guys racing hard right here. Of course, one of the new updates here on iRacing is trying to cut down on some of the net coding and stuff. There's a couple times here I could have easily seen it show back up, but it did not, which is good. Because I know one thing I can almost speak for every driver on iRacing that they're tired of is net code causing accidents. These guys just won't leave each other alone here. 2 and 3 wide. Finally, Strayer, I think, is going to clear him. Finally, 91 goes by as we jump up here to the 3rd spot. And Brandon Alphin a little over 3 seconds back from the 2nd position. Great job right there in the 4th position. All right, so he dared me, by the way, to do this. So, you know what? Let's have a little fun here. He dared me to do this. So with 19 laps to go, it is my time to really stress this cat out. Look at Strayer, you got a copy?
Oh, what's up, man?
Oh, not much. Just wondering how stressed you are back there with these three, or two of them as you're battling three wide.
Oh, dude, you kidding? I'm stressed. I'm having a blast. You kidding me? I saw Dylan pull that 3-wide move on me, so 2 laps later, I saw the hole, and I'm like, I think I know what I need to do here.
So how's the car feeling? You were fast in practice. I thought you could get a little further.
I made a mistake. I put the brake bias up too high, so I've been just killing my right front. I thought it was going to be a right rear track and a right front track. Mistake for me. So I'm just been trying to nurse this thing, but what are you going to do?
Okay. Anything can happen still. 18 laps to go.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping for a caution. I got, I think my short run pace is pretty good, but I'm just glad to finally have some track position. But knowing me, we'll probably get a caution, and then I'm finishing like 10th.
Well, watch out, that Dylan guy's trying to pass you again.
Oh, dude, this will be fun. Watch it. He's gonna send it on the bottom here, and then he's gonna drift up. But I'm gonna give him a little bit of a pinch here. So like, he's going to this corner. See, he's sending it. He's gonna get beside me and hope to hold it.
He's not clear. He has to say he's not clear though. He's not clear.
Good job, Dylan. Oh man. Okay.
All right.
Now we go back at it.
All right.
Come on, Dylan. What are you gonna do to me this corner? Full send. Whee! Oh, my brakes don't work that well. Oh god, that was bad. Oh, him. Slide. Oh, that's not working. Ah. This is the fun we actually have while running in 6th place.
Oh my gosh, I'm sitting there like waiting to be the reason you wreck or something. I'm like, oh, this is not good for me. Oh man.
Well, dude, I'm having fun. I don't know what you're talking about.
This is fair. Well, we'll leave you to go have fun with Dylan here.
Hi, Grandpa. Hope you're watching.
Clear? All right, you better send it here.
Oh, I will watch. Do another slide job. It's gonna not work at all because he's probably gonna send it too. But no, he's not. Go. Yes, he is. I can't tell. Oh god, he's right there.
Clear. You're not clear.
I'm not. I'm gonna wreck.
Oh, don't say that.
I think he may get me here. If we keep screwing around, Dalton's gonna catch us, and we're letting Sean run away. And I know Sean's slower than both of us.
Well, we'll let you go back to the Brewer team. Enjoy.
Thanks, man.
Oh my gosh. There you go. Since nobody's said anything in chat really in the last little bit, get you some live action. Why not? This is one of the more intense races out there. Back here, Diego Sainz, 10th position with Wheeler and Pierce. Just surprised with Diego's speed. I'm not sure. Did I miss something with him in the wall or something? Because it's like he got passed for the lead a little bit ago at the beginning of this race, and that car just fell off. I thought like he might be saving or something. It fooled me. And he has just not had the speed here tonight. Brandon Alton and Ramsey, these teammates here trying to race with each other. Stephen Miles going to end up with the most laps led here tonight in what has been a fantastic season for him. We come to 13 laps to go. If he can pull off the win in this race, it would be Miles' 3rd win. He would be one of 3 drivers this season. Oh, let me give the right season, actually. It's not his 3rd season ever he had that many wins. I believe he has more than that in season 4 as I think about this more and more now. As for Miles, it would be his 4th win, and he would actually have the most wins this season when it's over with. As he, Diego, and Fontaine all had 3 apiece. Jason Dalton with a win earlier this season. Brandon Alphin got himself a win. Matt Telder with 2. Dylan Rosenberg with 1. And Peyton Howell, of course, his 1 start, had 1 win this season. But pretty much Peyton, the only driver not in the top 10 in points that did not win a race. Everybody else who won, all top 10 drivers. As Ramsey clears Alphen for third. A great run here for the driver out of Terre Haute, Indiana. Laps to go next time by, and here's Stephen Miles. He is up here in Laguna Seca right now. He's got that big of a lead over the 77 of Fontaine. And knowing Sam, he's totally okay with just sitting there riding behind the 24. Miles crosses the line, 10 laps to go, 20 miles. And again, a big thank you to all the viewers who have stopped in, hanging out to watch here tonight. Of course, this is not the last broadcast you'll see the captain on, but it will be the last one for GLSR, and it will be the last one for full-time. And what I mean by full-time is more than one night a week. Basically, starting in January after we come back from the holidays, it'll be Tuesday nights only. I know a lot of you probably won't be able to join or hang out or whatever, so while I got you here, thank you is all I can say, and appreciate everything that all the leagues have done, including GLSR. They've been a lot of fun to obviously get to know the last, I mean, pretty much since the beginning, from the time Travis Icavacci and Sam Barnes formed the league, and of course go back a few seasons ago when Sean Peachin and those guys took it over. You know, I've been able to learn about a lot of drivers and even race in the league a little bit. It's always been, you know, it's had its ups and downs. We had our times where, you know, maybe I didn't agree with things, or they didn't agree with things I did, or whatever. But either way, it was always as professional as possible, and we came back together a couple seasons ago. It was meant to be, and I enjoyed the, I don't even remember how many I did this time around, 4 seasons or something like that. So been a lot of fun, and I know this league will carry on for a long time, and whoever takes over, I'm sure, is going to do a fantastic job, if not a better job. And I know Sean and I know Tyler's stepping away too from the admin job, which, by the way, Tyler, congrats on what you've done for this league. Obviously, you've been a big contributor. You've got a lot of family stuff you're going to take care of too, so congratulations on your part. But I know this league's in good hands, so obviously be on the lookout to find out where you'll see this series starting next season. But just know that the captain will be peeking in at times and watching, and we'll say hi. But most of y'all know the main reason I'm going to step back and go back to being dad. Go back to enjoying life, and a lot of things that broadcasting multiple nights a week or racing multiple nights a week just, for a lack of a better way, take away from you. I can't think of another way to put that. And there's a lot of things that I want to be able to go back and do. This is that time to do it. So again, I appreciate what everybody's support and what everybody's coming to do to hang out. All the Discord channels I've been in, I know there's been times where I've caused trouble in some of those channels, because let's face it, sometimes I don't know how to shut up. And, everybody's been awesome, and it's been a lot of fun. So and it's always been appreciated. So 6 laps to go. Make that 5 now as Miles puts a lap on his teammate there, Alex Bryson, who unfortunately that damage incident with Sean Peachin just a little bit ago took him out of a chance for the win. Miles will end up leading the most laps here tonight. been on rails. Back here, you see Sean Peachin now starting to catch Brandon Alphin. There's 4 laps to go. And the one thing I think is kind of cool that you're going to see continuously now, as it's been happening the last couple of seasons, it's kind of like a monkey see, monkey do kind of thing. But Fontaine and Miles have been kind of swapping the overall wins total on the Premier Series side. Of course, Fontaine with 13 wins, Miles with 12. And tonight, if Miles goes to victory lane, if he can finish it out here these next 6 miles, he will be at 13 wins along with Fontaine as they just continue to tie each other. And, of course, whoever wins next season first will jump to the lead with 14 overall wins. So add that to your list of things to do next season when you watch. We talk about Miles and what he's been able to do this season. How about this guy right here, Sam Fontaine? In about 4 miles is going to do something that has never been done in series history. And that's in both the trucks and the Xfinity side. I mean, you go to Fontaine, never won his first race until we went to Nashville back in September. Won that race and then won at Bristol. Then didn't win again until Chicagoland once we started the playoffs. And from there, he's just been consistent, and there's been issues with other drivers, with Miles in particular, that has fallen off a little bit. But nonetheless, Fontaine's been the consistent one, and he's going to bring it off turn 4 along with Stephen Miles. As here it is, white flag, final lap. Miles looking to become the 5th winner in the playoffs in the 5 races. In the first year of this 5-race playoff format where there was no elimination, it was just 5 straight races of whoever scores the most points. Now, Stephen Miles is going to come off turn 4. He's going to fall up short of the championship here this season. But he's definitely going to be the one that wins the most races in season number 4 as Miles gets the win at Auto Club Speedway. And Sam Fontaine comes off turn 4. And for the first time in league history, back-to-back champion of the Premier Series.
Win, Miles. Great race, man. A master.
Yeah, good championship win, Fontaine. Great job out for you.
That's fun, man. I'm sorry for 3-4 weeks ago. It sucks, but yeah, it was a great season overall, guys. It was fun, and hope to see y'all back in January or February.
Good win, Miles. Congrats, Sam. It was a lot of fun racing. Being able to be called a second place finisher.
Good win, Miles. Congrats, man.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, good win, Steven. Good job, everybody, for this year. That was a really fun race there at the end. So, good job. Congrats, Sam. And yeah, we'll see you guys next season.
Good win, Miles.
Appreciate it, man.
Stephen Miles parks it in victory lane for the 14th or 13th time here in series history as we take a look.
Hey, Diego, I just want to put that out there, man. This is the year of the Diego. Feeling your own this year. Let's see it.
We're going to go ahead and mute the mic here now as race officially is over, and we take a look at the final results here tonight. The first ever open mic night. Didn't really get much there at the end, but it's all good. Appreciate them staying clean. Miles wins it by 7 seconds over Fontaine. Devin Ramsey third. Brandon Alphin, Sean Peach in your top 5. Dylan Rosenberg, Lucas Strayer, Jason Dalton, Diego Sainz, Ben Pierce, your top 10. Jacob Thornton ends up in the 11th position. Cedric Ingram 12th. Matt Wheeler, who was running up there in the top 3 early after that pit stop, falls back to 13th. Telder 14th. Bryson, unfortunately, disappointment here at Auto Club, finishes 15th with Fosnot, Brewer, Midkiff, Jason Clark, Brian Sutphin, Cam Ingram, Robert Lukens, and Joey Ladiseur, the final finishers here tonight. And we'll talk to our top 3 finishers at least, and we'll actually talk to Fontaine after Miles, as we'll crown him the champion first. But how about this guy? You know, they always say in racing that sometimes when you have a kid, you go out and win that next race. I mean, this might be the closest thing to a win you've had so far, Devin. Great job, man. What a run tonight.
Oh, man. I'd say a lot of luck played into it with Bryson and them guys getting into it on the back stretch, but I felt a lot more comfortable in this car on the older tires than on the fresh ones.
I don't know if I'd call it luck much. I mean, in fairness, I mean, you were involved in that first little skirmish, a little just wrong place, wrong time for a lot of cars there after some contact and things, and you were able to keep that car undamaged starting to back, and man, you went through all these cars in that green flag run. I mean, this is, I would say, a well-earned third.
Kind of hung out, did my thing. Should have had one of these interviews with you at Eldora until I stepped on it in that last lap, but oh well, you'll have that.
Well, obviously, it was a learning season for you as you continue to improve. You got a great surrounding of friends there with Miles and the Laser Racing team. Obviously, I know that's probably been a lot of help being able to learn from those guys.
Yeah, Miles is always great to bounce ideas off of. Alphin's good with the same stuff, and Bryson is too. Miles is always on me about putting in the work, time and practice for laps, and I missed a little bit of that this week, but did all right tonight.
Yeah, for a good reason too, so it's understandable, man. Well, great job tonight. Congratulations, you and the fam, and send a shout to whoever you like to.
Oh, I'd like to thank Jim Herrick over at 4D for letting me run his company on the side of this car all season. Miles, Dean, Alf, and Bryson, all those guys. And you, I wish you the best luck on whatever you got coming next.
I appreciate it, man. Well, best of luck, obviously, to you and stuff, and congratulations on the top 3 finish.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Devin Ramsey, obviously going to feel pretty good to close out the season there with a top 3 finish. Well earned on his end after some issues early in the race. We're going to jump up here to the winner of this race. Stephen Miles falls up a little short, and I'm going to think that, I mean, obviously going to be happy about the win, I would think, but at the same time, I think it's going to be a little bit of a bittersweet type of win here tonight for Stephen. Obviously, the good news, man, I know we talked a little bit through messages right before the Kern County race, and I know you were pretty frustrated, so I know it's got to feel pretty good to win a race, but I know that championship's what you ultimately wanted in the end, but congratulations still.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. I knew what I had to do to get there. I just had to make it to this final race, and I couldn't do it. I wasn't able to be consistent enough and stay clean enough, and I mean, we won one battle. We got a team championship, so we gotta keep our heads up high. I mean, every year we come close with KJD2, and it's either us or them, and I'm proud of the guys, Devin, even Dean, AB, and Alvin for being so consistent all year and having my back through it all, man. And it was a good race, man. I was expecting a caution with like 20 or less to go, like usual, but I was pretty surprised at the end.
Yeah, you talked about that team championship. I know it's been kind of a KJD2 lockdown per se on this championship for the last few seasons. So I know you've put a lot of pride, I should say, in this team effort from the time you started in here to get this team up there, and for you and Brandon and AB, and you mentioned Dean, you mentioned Devin obviously working hard, and all the guys there. Definitely a well-earned championship for you guys.
Yeah, I think we got them the year before, but we only had 3, and we just had so much pride that we felt like we could just do it with 3. And this year we all talked about it, and we brought Dean aboard, and things happened, life happened, and Devin was a substitute, and I mean Devin had a good run tonight.
How about that,
yeah, he even the whole season, man, through it all, he kind of made a step up. It's just like Telder when he joined Fontaine team, he knocked off 2 wins and been consistent. So it's just who you surround yourself with, and the energy, and just learning from each other, pushing each other to be better. And yeah, man, it's I'm happy but not happy. I mean, it started off like this at the beginning with the shootout, how I was getting taken out or whatever. So I feel like it was gonna come down to me, Diego, Fontaine the whole season, and I'm pretty sure it was a good little show every weekend. I mean, every week for that.
Oh, absolutely. And of course, you did win that battle too, getting the most wins this season. So, obviously, congratulations on that, and send some shout outs whoever you like to.
Shout out my mom, my dad, my girl. Shout out Team Laser Racing. We gotta take a step back and look over the whole process and see where we go from here. And we're trying to find competition, try to get ourselves to be faster, be more consistent any way we can. Scholar, thank you, man. It's bittersweet, man. Every league I pretty much been in, it was from you. I mean, my first league I was ever in, you was my teammate. So, I mean, you're my teammate, my brother first. We went to battle so many times. We fought other teams plenty times.
Yeah.
And I mean, we went through the mud together, man. And the process of you getting 1,000 subscribers and all the work that you put into, man, every day, every stream, the quality and the consistency you do. I thank you, man, for the opportunities that you gave me and gave my team, because I know Alvin and all of us are grateful for you. T.I. and everything else that you did. So thank you. Thank the admins, Fontaine, Peach, and all what they do. I know it's a tough job running the league, man, with so many egos, so many different personalities from all over, and you're just trying to be consistent and fair. And they try to do their best, and hats off to them guys and KJD2 and all the drivers in this league. And man, thank God most of all, man, and that'll be it, man.
Absolutely. Big shout out to Kyle and Dominic. Never mind. Anyways,
Yeah.
good job tonight.
Thank you, man.
Miles with the win here tonight. Congratulations, as he once again ties with Fontaine for the series wins with 13 together. So go get that record now. As Miles takes off, and reading on chat, Strayer's headphones died last 10 laps. So did I kill Strayer's headphones? Anyways, that's an evil laugh. All right, let's talk to our champion, who celebrates officially a 2-time Premier Series champion. But most of all, I didn't want to say this to Sam during the interview earlier. But I'm going to say it
Yes,
now.
sir.
You realize the history you made tonight.
What is the history tonight?
So you tonight became the first champion back to back in this series history.
Well, good thing you didn't say anything.
I didn't want to put the pressure on you.
Yeah, the jinx is real too, man.
Oh, come on now. It's only a jinx if you believe in it, as I've always been told.
Okay, well, I kind of do.
Fair enough. Well, great job, man. Obviously, I don't know where that middle run come from, but you kind of fell back a little bit there. You almost had a couple of little whoopsies in the middle of the pack there, but then all of a sudden the tires kind of came alive in the last 20 laps of that run, and you were able to get yourself up there to second and kind of settle down and just take what you got.
Yeah, it was a good race overall, man. Earlier I was kind of worried, but not really. We were trying to keep the tire underneath us. Like Miles, man, he did a really great job. I was trying to move around people, smooth but fast, and I got stuck with some guys who decided to race a little harder than they should have, maybe. I don't know. Like, it was a really, it was fun, but got a little too challenging in the early runs, and I was trying to conserve my stuff, not burn things, and slowly made our way up, and at the end made it happen for P2, but Miles wasn't on his own though.
Yeah, obviously, you guys fought hard, and I know there were a lot of things that happened there at the beginning of the playoffs that kind of changed things up a little bit, and you had set yourself up after Kern last week to clinch this championship officially here tonight. But just talk a little bit about, obviously winning these last 2 seasons, and then not to mention the truck championships you've gotten before, and just to be able to click off and become one of these. I'm not afraid to say this, one of the best drivers in this series history.
No, I mean, it's just about fun, man. We race every week with the guys. We learn how everyone race together, and we pick some little things here and there from Miles, from Ramsey, from Alfin. I can name guys like all night long. Like, they all have their little things that they are doing that's gonna make you better. And every day every races we kind of learn, get better over time. It took me like 4 seasons to get a championship in the trucks, which was really competitive at the time too. And I had to work my ass off on the mile and a half to figure it out. And after that, when Miles joined, he actually did the same and figured out his stuff and put a lot of time. It's always that, like, people are putting a lot of time to get the basic right and to figure stuff, and racing with great driver like those guys make you better over time. And fortunately for me, I capitalized on it in the last 2 seasons. But it's all about like racing for fun and learning from each others, and hopefully having clean races. Sometimes it happens, contact happens, and that's really unfortunate. We rarely mean it, but it is what it is. It's part of racing, man. And yeah, at the end of the day, it's all about having fun with those guys.
Obviously, it's a well-earned one, but there's one championship you guys didn't get, and I know you said congrats on the Discord page already, but that KJD2 championship didn't come this way, and I know Jason's probably like, all right, we got to get this back in our trophy case. So talk a little bit about that, and obviously falling up a little short there.
Yeah, I mean, we were looking good early in the race. Jason had the lead for quite a while, and things happened that made him fall off. He got a little bit of rear end damage that slowed him down. But at the end of the day, it's a whole season thing, and we might have lost a couple points here and there. I died like maybe 2 or 3 races this season, which is pretty much the most amount of time I died in the whole GLSR history. So I mean, that right there, it's a couple points that make you lose championships, and that's pretty much what happened. I mean, we did our best. Matt got 2 wins. Jason got at least a win, if not 2. And myself, I got 3 wins, and Joey was there when like we had like a bad races here and there. I mean, we were really completing each other right this whole time, and unfortunately, they were just really better. They got better in the races we weren't, and that's how you win championship.
Well, great job tonight, and send some shout-outs to whoever you like to, bud.
I just want to thank everyone who showed up, man. The whole season, we had a ton of fun, good participation overall, and fun racing all season. We got a couple races that were a little bit more rough, I guess, in the playoff, 2 or 3. But like, dude, we have like 16 weeks. We average what, like 2 caution a race over the whole season, which is not a lot for the amount of lap we do. And no, I mean, everyone who showed up, that's because of them we do it. It's always fun to set it up, and obviously with Sean and Tyler, they were doing a great job to set up the whole season. I helped them, but seriously, they are doing a master job. And obviously, again, yourself as your last day in the series for maybe forever or maybe not. Who knows? Maybe he's gonna come back. So we'll love to have you in the league during all those years, and hopefully we don't lose track of you. And obviously, just to finish off, the main sponsor, Joey, who made it happen this season again, and we really appreciate his support with Mr. Radiator as the premier sponsor of the series.
Absolutely, man. Well, great job tonight. Congratulations, and obviously go celebrate this championship, and obviously appreciate the kind words and stuff, man.
Yes, no problem, man.
Absolutely is. Sam Fontaine, officially the first back-to-back series champion in the history of GLSR. So congratulations to him on that by finishing second here tonight in the race. And I saw a little message from the man behind the sponsorship here tonight with the Mr. Radiator himself. I don't usually get to interview the guy that finishes last in the race tonight, but
I get the award. Yay.
We get to do this one here tonight, buddy. But no, I saw you wanted to say hi real quick, so I figured I'd bring you up.
Well, I mean, I know this is going to be your last run with us, and I just wanted to step in and say how much I appreciate everything you've done for this series. I haven't been here the whole time, but the whole time I've been here, you've been here, and you're one of the reasons why I've invested in this series. Is you made it feel like something really I don't know. It felt very well put together. You presented in a good way. You're a likable person, and everyone has good things to say about you, and everyone has fun with you, and it made this series feel a bit like a family, and it's like you were the uncle that kept us all together. So I just maybe you're the misbehaving uncle sometimes, but but that's okay. You know, we have fun with that. So I just wanted to tell you how much we appreciated you, and we're gonna miss you not having around, but hopefully you won't be a stranger, and we'll see you on the other side.
You never know when I might show up, but no, I'll never be a stranger. I appreciate the kind words, and I've definitely got you fooled already, so we're doing good. No, I'm just kidding, but no, I appreciate the kind words.
Bud.
And
yeah,
no, hey, thank you, because obviously, Mr. Radiator, you didn't have to bring the sponsorship on. I know you did the dirt race a couple times, obviously, and you know, obviously, as always, we have things that we agree with, that don't agree with, and stuff, and you've put your name on this series, and arguably have had one of the best series this season, league, or I should say seasons this season. So yeah, no, so thank you obviously for what you've done, and obviously keep up the good work.
Yeah, for sure. Well, like I said, maybe we'll see you behind the wheel or something,
and go win a dirt race. How's that?
Yeah, I know. We need to have a few more a year or something.
Well, I'm talking about real life. I ain't talking about here.
Oh, well, that's always in the books. But we got. Now I'm playing double fiddle here.
Owner and head driver.
Exactly. So, but that's all good. We're having fun both ways. So.
Absolutely. Good job, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yes,
Take care. Have a good one.
You too.
Bye.
Joey Ladassour, the sponsor of the series with Mr. Radiator, of course, super good guy, in case you can't tell. Finished last tonight and still in a good spirit. So, oh boy, I had to think about this one a little bit today, because, like, as I was sitting there driving, delivering packages, in case you haven't figured it out by now, I deliver packages for FedEx, and I was like, man, after tonight, it's one night a week, and that's when it kind of hit me. I was like, man, it's one night a week. I mean, yeah, I smile because it's like, you know, it's what I want to do. I want to step away, and I want to go be the family guy I'm going to be. But and go do some things I want to do. But yeah, there's going to be that part that's going to be missed, and the microphone's going to be sitting here, and I'll be doing other things as I've been doing AI stuff and things. So, looking forward to sitting back and being able to go deliver 90 packages or whatever a day, and come home and actually be able to sit down and relax and not have to worry about a stream. And I don't mean that in any kind of mean way. It's doing these are always been awesome, and everybody kind of sees it. And if you've been in the treehouse, you probably have heard me at times vent about stuff, if it's working on settings or having issues or whatever. So I've been through it all. But it's been a lot of fun. And this series here, as we talked about, it was one of the first ones that ever reached out to me back in 2020. Travis Icavacci reached out to me and said, hey, man, and he had me actually pick the night. He's like, you pick the night that you're available, and at that time, it was Wednesday. Here we are, Wednesday nights, still on the Captain eSports Network. I know we're off a couple of seasons or whatnot, but it's been a lot of fun, and I want to send a shout-out to Mr. Radiator for the sponsorship of the series. Big shout-out to Sean Peachin, Travis Icavacci, Sam Barnes, everyone that's been involved. Kevin Davis, I know he's done a lot of things here. Tyler Brewer, all the admins from before, and the viewers, thank you guys very much. I hope everybody has a Merry Christmas. Believe it or not, this is, I walk away after this until 2025. So we did, I don't even want to know how many broadcasts I did this season, because there were numerous 5-6 broadcasts a week. I would be lying if I didn't sit here, and I'm literally just rambling right now. If I didn't do, I had to have done 150 broadcasts this year at least. At least. But either way, it's been a lot of fun, and looking forward to stepping away for some time. And obviously appreciate everybody from all the teams, all the drivers, all the league members and stuff like that. So definitely am going to miss that boxing ring too. But like I said, it won't be I won't be a stranger. I'll be checking in on streams and stuff at times and seeing what's going on. So anyways, I know it's enough about me. Let's go enjoy ourselves, enjoy the holiday season, and Happy New Year, Happy 2025, and a safe one for everybody. Merry Christmas, and I'll go ahead and say it. This isn't just a game. It's iRacing. See ya!
This copyrighted broadcast may not be reproduced, reused, retransmitted in any form without the authorized written consent of Captain eSports Network. Captain would like to thank all of his loyal fans for your continued support, and he hopes you enjoyed today's broadcast.
The following is a special presentation. From the Captain eSports Network.